Well, if you've come so far, I'd like to share a series of secrets for building and leading great teams, especially from the point of view of leading great teams and being a fantastic leader. It's not enough if you have a great team. Even a great team could just fall apart if the leader isn't great enough. And here are some secrets that I've learned. This is the first one, which I'd like to call lead through charisma. Now, I know you did make a note of some qualities of greatness, but one of the good definitions that I've come across for charisma is your ability to inspire. How well can you inspire somebody? And in this case, your team members. So if you have a team and they don't look at you at any point and say, wow, I want to be like this lady, or I want to be like this gentleman. If they've never done that, if they've never felt that, and sometimes, people could also express that to you, then it might be difficult for you to have that quality of a great leader. So a big part of charisma is about who you are. They say charismatic parents might tend to have charismatic children. It's about the school you went to, the locality in which you were brought up, your background, the friends you had during your adolescent years, and so on. But there's not much you can do right now and go back and change, your past. Are there things that you can do right now to develop charisma and be a good charismatic leader? There are some things that I've repeatedly seen to work with most of my clients. The first thing is to just be yourself. Now, it's easy to say be yourself, but what does this mean? A big part of being yourself is standing for what you tell your team to do. So, for example, if one of the things that you really enjoy doing in life is to say meet and interact with people, I think one quality of charisma is for you to be able to demonstrate that, be able to meet and interact with people in the work that you do. If one of the things that you really enjoy doing is taking risks, by nature, the kind of person you are, you love to take risks, and you've always taken risks in all areas of your life. Then at work, when it comes to building and leading great teams, look for a situation or look for a team to lead or a domain to be in where you get to take risks. This would make you more charismatic. And you know why? It puts you in a place where you're just being yourself. You're just being who you are. Imagine the opposite. Imagine somebody who does not like to meet people and does not like interaction, likes to just be by themselves. You're put in a job where you're forced to interact and meet people. This gets you to sort of push yourself in a direction that's not coming to you naturally. And when you try to do this, it's like an untrained martial artist performing in a show. You're going to look at that person and say something's wrong here. Maybe you have no idea of martial arts, and you're not good at martial arts at all, but you don't have to be to look at a person and then identify something going wrong. It's like looking at a dancer. Somebody who doesn't like to dance, doesn't enjoy dancing, and doesn't dance well. Being on stage and trying to dance, you're going to look at that person and say, what's this person trying? So a big part of you being charismatic is just trying to do things that come naturally to you. Another part of it, and this is something which has always worked when it comes to being charismatic, is to be able to do things, and I might say a few things about this later, is to be able to do things and produce results which other people are not able to do. So very rarely would you look at somebody who can do exactly all the things that you can do and say, wow, that's so amazing. There's nothing amazing about that. So if you see somebody who's, say, a certain kind of an artist, and if you can also paint exactly like that person, and you're going to look at that painting and say, okay, this person's like me, but it doesn't have that wow factor. What brings in the wow factor is to be able to do things that your team cannot do, that a team member cannot do, that others around you cannot do. And maybe if you're a great team, no team in another company or another division ever did. And once you get to do this, that's what makes you great. Otherwise, you're just one of the others. So while there are several qualities to build charisma, I encourage you to build these two. One is to do things that come to you naturally and look for opportunities for that. And the second thing is to be able to do things that nobody else can do, and train yourself and build the competencies and the abilities to do this. Once you've done this, as a charismatic leader, it's important not to hold on to this. It's important to share this because you've said this is greatness, and I'm assuming that you have a lot of those qualities of greatness because that's what we started with. Then you're trying to build a team which has a lot of these qualities. And if your team has those qualities and you have those qualities, and that's what's required for greatness in your team, in that context and domain that you work in, the next step is to just build greatness in others. And one of the most charismatic qualities is to share, is to be able to share with others things that they need to know, get them to also be charismatic like you, and this makes you even more charismatic. It's the person who shares who gains the most. So try these things out, and that will make you a charismatic leader.